Hey, good morning, Facebook friends, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I'm coming to you from Florida, Fort Myers, Florida, and there is a bit of a chill in the air, and I'm not complaining because I know so many of you up north are experiencing like frigid temperatures. So say hello as you're tuning in. I'm just gonna tag some people and see who's around and who'd like to join me. So say good morning as you're coming in. Hello, hello, hello. Coming to you from Fort Myers, Florida. Yes, and I am wearing a jacket today because it's a wee bit nippy. All right, so let me just start. Hey, Monique, how are you? Is it a little chilly in Tampa? I got my jacket on because I don't want to put the heat on in the house because I know it's going to warm up. Hey, Monique, nice to see you. Lynn, who else is coming in? Usually Casey's on. Usually my mom is on. The lighting is a little bit weird. What do you guys think? Does my face look like washed out? I'm going to try the selfie light and see what happens. Hang tight. Oops. Okay, but then I get these little circles on my eyes. All right, hey, Christine, how are you? Nice to see you. How's the weather? Well, as you can see, I got a jacket on, and yeah, I am in Florida. Hey, Cindy, what's doing in your neck of the woods? Gosh, I heard today in Chicago it was like minus 40 with a wind chill, making it like minus 55. Like, that is so crazy. Anyhow, it's Carolyne Rodrigues coming to you with my magical Monday moments. Magical Monday moments. I love, love, love Mondays. It's like a reset, an etch-a-sketch day for me. I look back at the week and say, what did I like about it? What didn't I like about it? What can I do differently? So that's why I love Mondays. And also for many of the people on the line who are partnered with me, we get paid on Monday, so Monday is a fun day. All right, so let's get cracking, you guys. Today, I heard a good friend of mine, I follow him, Zach, and he's so wise. And I watched one of his lives, which predicated me speaking to you today about what I wanted to share. And guys, oftentimes what I'm sharing with you are things that I've gone through or things that I need to learn. So Cindy, what are you doing? You're hosting an info session at your house. That's awesome. I love it. And Christine woke up to snow. Yeah, I know the weather is just crazy, crazy, crazy. So guys, I need somebody to give me a thumbs up because I'm not sure about the lighting. I have a little selfie light on. I'm gonna just take it off and tell me what you think. Does that look okay, or I should just hold it up to here? No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I should hold it up to here. Anyhow, it's all about having fun, you guys. So I know I'm having some squirrel moments, so we're just gonna go with this, all right? Okay, today, what am I talking about? How am I showing up in life? How am I showing up in the world? How are you showing up in the world? And it all starts with understanding, you know, who are you? Who am I? And, so let me think about this. How do I share this? I don't want anybody okay, rewind. I'm getting my thoughts all mixed up. How am I showing up in the world? And it really is determined by who you believe you are. And let me share with you, who am I? Okay, let's just start with that because my mind is scrambled. I have so much stuff I wanted to share with you guys. So who is Carolyne? People ask that. Who are you? I was asking those questions. Who am I? Hey, Perry. And I had to really sit and contemplate this, right? Who am I? First and foremost, I am a child of God. Right? I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, well, they call me Nan. I'm a teacher, I'm an inspirer, I'm a lover of life, I'm a victor, never a victim. That's who I am. It's not what I do. So many of us are defined by what we do, and that kind of gets us discombobulated, right? So what I used to do, I was a flight attendant, and now what do I do now? I'm a professional network marketer, but that's not who I am. Now, who I am today is not always who I was yesterday, right? Was I always that way? Was I always, let me read off my list. Was I always someone who was a teacher, who was a leader, who was an inspirer, who was a lover of life, who was a victor? No, that's not who I used to be. I let others define who I was, right? So how do you define who you are? By how others see you, and how is your behavior? My behavior was, in terms of who I was defined by the people around me. I lived to please other people. Who I was determined by the people that I surrounded myself with. I had no self-identity. If you took away that flight attendant thing, I didn't know who I was. I know who, actually I did know who when I look back now, I know I was a drama queen, right? I created stories around situations. I inflated things instead of escalating things. Instead of de-escalating things, I escalated things. I was a gossip. That's something I work on all the time, you guys. Talking about other people. We talk about other people so we can feel better about ourselves. And I had this need to be needed. That was my definition of self. And when things didn't go my way, I was, well, for lack of a better word, I was discombobulated. I was disappointed. I was deflated, all the D's, right? So when I left my profession as a flight attendant, that was a tough time for me. Okay, so who is Carolyne now? She was a flight attendant for 33 years. Hey, Linda, how are you? And I had to redefine who I was, and I entered into this profession of network marketing, and I was a little bit embarrassed. Why? Because other people were embarrassed. It's like, oh, you're doing that pyramid thing. And I'm like, oh, am I really? Is that a bad thing? Hey, Tony, how are you? And so my standards were lowered instead of being raised up. I didn't have the courage to stand up and say and be proud. This is what I chose because I saw other people having success. I saw other people who were proud. I saw other people who were helping other people, and I wanted to be part of that. But then I call it the crab theory, right? All the other crabs will come around to bring you down because it takes growth to be in the profession that we're in, right, Monique? Takes growth. Hey, Denise, does it take growth to be in our business, right? So how do you get to that true essence of you? Who's Denise? Who's Monique? Who's Casey, right? You got to look at you. Look at you. Who are you now? And is it all you desire to be, right? Look at your behavior. Look at your attitude. Look at the energy that you're emitting, right? Are you someone who's reactive, or are you someone who is responsive, right? Does somebody say something to you and it sets you off? Well, that was me. Do you escalate or do you de-escalate a situation? Are you prone to anger, or are you someone that has a quick temper, and somebody says something and then boom, like your day, it's out of control, right? Are you resentful of other people's success, right? Are you selfless, or are you are you selfish, or are you selfless, right? Are you arrogant, or are you humble? And do you elevate others first before you elevate yourself? Do you need to be right? Guys, that's one of my things, like my husband and I, I need to be right. I need to have the last word, right? So these are all sharing some inner secrets now. And are you someone who focuses on the problem or the solution? That was Carolyne many, many moons ago. Some of those things, I still succumb to those behaviors. Yeah, Cindy, I know, it's funny, right? So I had to ask myself when I first entered this profession, what's my motivation for success, right? Do I need to shine the light on Carolyne? Is it all about me? I have to do. And my husband pointed that out to me. He said, a lot of your statements lead with I. And when you can shift that to a we, then things will shift for you. I operated from a place of ego. And what does ego stand for? Edging God out, right? And what did I say? I'm a child of God, right? So do you check out when you don't get your needs met? I was a powder, you guys. Not playing anymore. I'm taking my tools and my toys, I should say, my tools. I'm taking my toys and I'm leaving the sandbox, right? That was me, guys, because I needed to be needed. I needed other people to tell me how good I was. And so I'm asking you, what's showing up? Well, I had to do this reflection. What's showing up in your life my life is really need to fix these teeth. Let me start over. What's showing up in life is a direct proportion to what you're putting out. So what was showing up in my life was a direct proportion to what Carolyne was emitting into the world. And a lot of these thoughts I got from my friend Zach. He is one of the wisest people I know, and he says this is all that stuff that's showing up, it's feedback. It's information for you to process and say, do I like it or do I want a different outcome? So are you attracting what you want? If the answer is no, and you're wondering why you keep getting the same results, one of my mentors, I've been fortunate to be surrounded by many great mentors, was Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor says that we are all energy beings. We're vibrating beings. We're energy beings that have all come together in the form of a body. Who you are now is not who you are a second from now, right? We're constantly changing. So what are you saying? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Those are the things that are showing up in your life. So are you talking about struggle? Are you in a place of worry? Your finances, your financial blueprint is a direct proportion to your thoughts and feelings about money, never having enough, worrying and squirreling things away. So guys, your relationships, do you have rich relationships? Do people love being around you? Or do you find that, you're a bit of a loner? Well, maybe, there's nothing wrong with being a loner. But if you find that you desire relationships, but there's nobody around you, then you have to do that inner self-reflection. You want to think about and reflect on your self-talk. What are you saying about yourself, right? And I've shared with you guys before, hey, Aaron, I've shared with you guys the I am statements, right? Wayne Dyer, I have his book here, Joel Osteen, they talk about the I am statements. Profess good things over yourself. So how do you change well, maybe not change. How do you attract that which you want, right? First and foremost, it's that self-reflection. Do a self-check. Cindy, yes, you love the I am statements, right? Because no, they don't teach this to us in school, you guys. So this is part of the industry we're in. Professional network marketers require professional development. If you're a professional, it's something that you got to keep working on. You never just hone your skills and get there. There is no there. So I call this the mirror work. How am I vibrating? How am I vibrating? And what am I attracting? Right? So the first thing I learned is if I want love, I got to give away love. If I want patience, I got to be patient, right? If I want people to listen to me, I got to listen to other people. If I want joy in my life, I got to be joyful, right? If I want abundance, I'm going to change this. You don't got to do anything. If I want abundance, I need to give what I can, right? Sometimes it's just buying somebody a cup of coffee, right? The more you give away, the more returns back to you, the boomerang effect, right? So get to that place, guys, of feeling good. Feel good about who you are. You attract what you put out. We're like radio waves. So what radio frequency are you emitting at? right? And these are things that I'm constantly working on. What I put out comes back to me. And when I started this year, I decided what one word is going to define my 2019. And for me, it's all about joy. Because when I'm joyful, good things come to me. When I'm joyful, I can feel good for others. When I'm joyful, people want to be around me, right? Somebody's texting me like crazy. So somebody text Gail Racanelli and tell her I'm doing a Facebook Live. I'll be right back to her. So I ask you again, how are you showing up in life? That will determine, those things will determine the things that come back to you. So let me just check my time here. I'm coming up to 20 after the hour. So I just want to say thank you for tuning into my Magical Mondays. I'm here pretty much every Monday at noon Eastern time. So if this message has resonated with you, I'd love to hear what you're taking away from it. If this message has resonated with you and you want to share it with other people because you believe that it's going to benefit them in some way, then I encourage you to share that in a group, on your page, on your wall, whatever, and just let me, send me some love and just tell me what I can do to serve you, because that's why I'm here every Monday. If there's a topic that you'd like me to talk on, and I'm always sharing from my experience. Right? I never tell anybody to do something that I'm not willing to take on myself. So this week I'm showing up in love and light, and I'm sending you guys love and light. Have a magical Monday, have a magical week. Expect good things to happen, you guys. And yeah, expect good things to happen. And it's amazing when we're in that place of vibrating and expecting good things, all the good things that are going to come back to us. So with that, bye-bye, and I'll see you next Monday.